Football season is here, so our pastors will be selecting their fantasy football teams not from football players, but from Bible characters. The 2026 NIV draft is now officially open.
Well done.
NIV draft.
So,
The football theme song.
the football theme song.
Yes.
Okay.
Football!
So,
Sports.
to the best of my understanding, you guys are actually all in a fantasy football league
And do together.
Yeah.
Yes.
I won.
Sad.
No.
It took him 12 seconds to make sure everybody knew he won.
Where's your trophy?
It's in my office.
Scurry on out.
So you guys know some stuff about football.
Yes.
I don't.
You're right.
But I'm holding a football, so that makes me qualified to run this draft.
That's true.
So, on your clipboards, we will be selecting, you will be selecting, I won't, one quarterback, 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, a tight end, 1 flex player, that could be a running back, wide receiver, or tight end, a kicker, a defense/special teams player, and 3 players for your bench. That is a total of 12 players on your team, just like the 12 decided. We will be selecting from 66 different biblical characters, just like the 66 different books of the Bible.
Oh my gosh.
Preset list.
Before we reveal the players that you can select from, any early guesses on or early draft ideas on who you would want on your team? I will give a spoiler. Jesus is not on
Dang
the
it.
list. That I feel like he would be first round overall.
Yeah.
He's like a sub 4.340 guy.
Yeah.
I know what that means.
If he can walk on water, he can run it really fast.
Yeah. His 40-yard time is pretty
Yeah.
fast. Instantaneous. Omnipresent, man. He's
If he can move through walls, I think he's going to get to the quarterback.
He can cut through a defense.
Yeah.
No problem.
I don't want to give away my strategy.
I don't
I'm not
either.
gonna lie.
I don't either. I'm like,
I have ideas.
I don't know who's on the board, so I don't want to say anything.
Okay.
You don't talk who you're drafting pre-draft.
Yeah.
Got you. Okay. Well,
All I
then
was
let's.
going to say is I have an unhinged pick for tight end if I get a chance. That's
Okay.
all I'm saying.
Oh,
Okay.
who we got?
Oh, yeah, we got some good ones.
Okay.
We have Old Testament leading up to the second category, which is the kingdom mostly, and then a little bit of the precursor to Jesus, and then our third category is all followers of Jesus.
I appreciate the color coding. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. I did not have enough sticky notes to do it all in one color. We're also featuring an overhead camera for the first time, and so
There it is.
so you along playing at home, feel free. What is your draft fantasy Bible football team? Let us know, and then we'll see how it stacks up against our pastors.
Oh man, I got all sorts of unhinged ideas.
I know.
Sounds so
I'm
fun.
I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm first.
You're first. Da-da-dun, 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 da-da-dun.
I think I'm going to draft. Are we doing this like actually where we don't draft the quarterback first, or do I get a pick?
You got first. Go for
Just,
it.
yeah, it's whatever you want to do.
Okay. I'm going to take Deborah for 200, please.
Okay, go ahead and grab Deborah off of the
Okay.
very official board.
She's your QB.
Deborah's your
We got
QB.
Deborah as the quarterback.
She's
Strong
strategic.
choice. Yeah. What's your? Is that the rationale? Just strategy?
Yeah, she's got a lot of like military strategy going on, so she used to be able to like
That's right. The field
tell
general.
people
Good,
what to
good.
do.
That's smart.
And since we're not drafting coaches, you know,
Yeah.
it makes the most sense.
All right. Well, then I'm taking my running back one. I'm taking Samson.
Oh.
Yeah.
Good choice. Why Samson?
He's gonna break every tackle. I'm sorry, you're not catching him.
See, I would have gone Samson at tight end because you need an unhinged tight end that would take a donkey's jawbone and use it.
I've got another option. Don't worry.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got a few.
Well, now I've got to go with running back because that was my next pick off the board. I'm going to go with Mark
Oh.
because there's a story in the book of Mark where
Yeah.
he it's probably Mark who runs away from the guard and when Jesus gets arrested and they take his clothes. And gotta feel like if he can get away from those dudes, he can get away from the defense. So
That's fair.
but he will have to wear his uniform. He can't
Right.
run away naked like he did in the Bible.
What do the football rules say about that? If someone like grabs the football jersey off of someone, can they still like
Play
run?
still goes on, yeah.
Okay, then I think he's good.
Yeah.
I think he's
Unless,
good.
unless it's pass interference and you're
Sure,
pulling on
sure,
someone's
sure.
jersey.
Okay.
That-
So,
This is tough.
where's the timer?
Where's the timer?
Hold
We
on.
got one of those little hourglasses
Yeah.
from a
And
board
it,
game.
it starts to get all like the
All right.
numbers get red when your time gets low.
He's not my favorite guy in the world, but I'm gonna go with David at
That's the
quarterback.
Sean Watson movie right
Quarterback.
there.
Yeah,
That's-
it's a
no,
shot.
it fits
Yeah,
the
yeah.
quarterback role then. You know what I'm saying? He not only.
You know, it's not a one-to-one thing, slinging rocks and slinging the pigskin, but I feel like he's got a good arm. And
Okay.
He's gonna hit the,
Okay.
He's gonna be able to hit people. So.
Okay.
I know, I saw Judas on there. That's a wild.
We do have some wild card picks on there.
Yeah.
He might throw a few Hail Marys, who knows?
I didn't go with any explicit villains from the Bible, but you know we got some Judas-like characters in there.
I'm. Oh man.
Where's the timer?
All right, I'm gonna go with Saul.
Oh, King Saul, all right.
He's physically impressive. I'm gonna put him at my tight end.
Nah, good
Saul
choice,
is
good
my
choice.
tight end.
Big, strong guy.
Yeah, physically a big dude.
Okie dokie, artichokes. I am gonna pick Joshua.
Oh.
Why Joshua?
Also a pretty strong military leader. And known for his war tactics, so, you know.
What's he gonna be?
I'll put him as running back.
Yeah, he's kind of fearless.
Yeah.
He'll take it.
He does all that marching.
He does.
Yeah.
He's probably got thick thighs.
That's what I always think of when I think of Joshua.
Oh yeah.
Josh Jacobs, Joshua, same,
Yeah.
same.
Oh,
Same build,
hey,
same build.
hey, there you go.
There is a Jacob. Where is
So two in the
Oh yeah.
same draft, yeah.
I also, I'm gonna go JL because she'll stab somebody.
Yes.
Good choice.
That's
That was one of my wild card throw-ins.
ready to throw down.
Yeah.
But
Where you gonna put her?
She will do what it takes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay,
He
alright.
might spike the ball in the end zone.
Yeah. Your turn.
All right, I'm gonna go Jacob. I'm gonna put him at my wide receiver. He's
Yeah.
crafty.
Mm.
He's you gotta be fast if you're gonna steal something from your brother.
He
Ah.
can also make good defense because he wrestled with God and didn't do too bad. So,
That's true.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
true.
Oh yeah.
All right, for my next pick, I'm going John, brother of James, because we know he's at least faster than Peter. Because he got sent to him before.
According to who though?
According to John, but you know, it's the inspired word of God, so I gotta
According
believe
to
it.
John.
I mean, I wouldn't leave that detail out. If I was faster than my best
Yeah.
friend, I would never stop telling him about that.
About the time I was faster than him?
Yep.
So that's the first Son of Thunder off the board.
Yes.
Yeah,
First
yes.
one. Yep. Yep. I'm gonna go with Mary Magdalene.
Okay.
And I'm gonna put her at tight end because though the name is metaphorical, Mary the Tower, I
Mm.
still feel like
Uh,
that's
Yeah.
a good strong,
That's got aura.
That's a good
That's
strong tight end name.
aura.
If your nickname was Mary
Listen.
the Tower, you're a tight end.
yeah.
People are gonna be like, okay.
I mean, so far he's got a Son of Thunder and the Tower,
Yeah,
like
That's pretty cool.
winning in nicknames already.
Yeah, I'm heavy on the New Testament though, so
Mhm.
maybe I'm gonna need some OT magic in future. rounds. So,
I'm gonna go with because that was your second pick, right? Okay. You gotta build a really big boat. I'm gonna guess you're really strong. I'm gonna go with Noah
Mm.
on my defense.
Good.
a lot of go for Woody.
That's a lot of listen. Dude's got some shoulders. I'm gonna guess.
Seriously.
I'm gonna guess.
Seriously, strong hands.
He's like Miles Garrett. That's what I'm hoping for. Just full on.
pushing dudes off the line.
Yep.
Alright. This is a hot take, but I'm gonna take Kane.
Oh. Okay.
Locker room.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I thought my roster had character issues with David.
Ooh.
I got
What
a
a
list
wild
of
card.
murderers up here.
What a wild card.
Much like the NFL.
Your the body count of bloodshed is strong on your team. I'm actually
I'm
kinda
building
scared
the
to
Raiders.
play
I
that.
hope
Yeah.
you know.
It's like playing the prison team in the longest yard.
Yeah.
And I get to go again.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna pick Esther
Ah,
because
dang
I'm pitching
it.
on her very soon.
Yeah.
And also because I think she's smart and yes.
Oh, think?
No,
Okay. All right.
Okay.
I'm putting her as wide receiver.
Okay.
Oh,
It's a good choice. It's a good choice.
Okay.
all right. Up to me. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna pick Mary, the mother of Jesus.
Ooh, okay.
I'm putting her at my kicker
Ah.
because if you watched the Baltimore Ravens this past year, their kicker couldn't handle pressure.
Oh,
You
yeah.
need Mary, the mother of Jesus, an angel shows up. She
Tucker?
handles the pressure.
That makes sense.
She's
That
gonna
makes sense.
seal the deal on some games.
Her offspring does strike the serpent.
That's right.
So she probably taught him well.
That's right. That's right. Genetic heel crushing of serpent
That's right.
heads.
All right, I'm staying on theme at running back with Joseph from Genesis because he puts a good juke move on Potiphar's wife.
Oh yeah,
She tries
that's
to-
true.
Ooh, that's fair.
Yeah,
That's
and-
fair.
And it does get him thrown in jail, but he shows
Wait.
the initial juke move and burst. So.
But she gets his clothes. So do both your running backs lose their clothes?
yeah, there's not a very clothed.
His team is naked. Mine are murderers.
Mine's fine.
He's going for
Mine's
the
fine.
psychological play.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, are you gonna tackle him?
Yeah, you don't want to tackle him after that.
No, no,
Just let him go. Let him score.
He's fine.
Whatever.
He's fine.
Okay, and then, I mean, come on. I don't know why I didn't think of this. You gotta go with the eight.
Yeah,
Like, even the Lions couldn't kill him.
that's right.
So,
Lions
and
are pretty good
I'm gonna go.
defense.
He's gonna be my defense because if he can
Mm.
stay safe amongst the Lions, it's pretty good.
Still no one touching Judas. I mean,
That seems like a bad luck charm. I'm not gonna lie. And it's- I
Yeah.
got character flaws on my roster. That one feels.
Is it me now? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. All right. I'm gonna go for my quarterback now because you guys picked your quarterbacks early. I'm gonna go for Samuel, sort of an older veteran QB type vibe. Gonna lead that room, little Joe Flacco situation.
I was gonna say Flacco.
But he can see. He's got good vision. He's got good leadership skills. He's got good vision to see Jacob down the field.
Alright. I'm gonna pick Lazarus.
Ooh.
Because if he can resurrect from the dead,
Yeah.
he can catch a ball.
Those
That
two
was
skills are contingent on each other.
I've said it once. I've said it a million times.
Listen, who among us has it?
Oh my
God.
I'm gonna pick Peter
Yeah.
for defense.
Mm.
Because he tried to check Jesus and
Huh?
cut someone's ear off. So,
Ah,
you know,
okay.
So you got two people with bladed weapons.
at least two.
Yeah.
But
There is a third on here. At least one more.
Oh, I see him. Ooh. You are referencing Ehud, I believe.
I
Yes?
am. Yeah.
I'm taking Ehud.
Ooh.
That's gonna be my running back too.
Very nice.
He's an assassin. He's got to be quick. He's got to be fast. He's got to be strong. Go with Ehud.
Does the left-handedness play into anything?
You know, I mean, paired up with Samson might be a good little tempo change.
Mhm.
But if you're gonna stab someone so hard that your blade disappears into them,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you're gonna be able to penetrate some defenses too. That's what I'm saying.
That's good. That's good.
if you're sticking with nudity, attitudes are still.
You could just back to back them. You could just back to back them.
Bench one, bench two.
You also still have the other son of Zebedee.
Yeah.
Yes.
You could
Do.
do both Sons of Thunder.
Although I feel like I need some chaotic energy on this.
Mm.
Our
And
team is naked. What other chaos
Yeah, I think-
are
I
you
think-
missing?
Only 2 out of 12.
Only 2 out of 12.
I just feel like
Only a 6.
I feel like there's always room for just a guy who's like, I don't know, like just a little crazy. And the way they describe Esau is just big and hairy and
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
Yep.
I just
Yeah.
feel like he's just one of those guys that doesn't have one skill that blows you out of the water, but he's just crazy and big and
Yeah.
and so I'm gonna put him at my flex because you never know when you need a second time. You know what? I'm gonna go with Steven on my bench.
Okay.
Ooh.
Just pure,
Oh.
like, pain tolerance.
You're filling your bench before you finish your wide
Yeah, I don't think he received a lot of stones.
That's true.
You know what? I'm putting him in a receiver. He can handle a beating, and he knows how to receive the rock.
Oh.
Oh my god.
If there's anyone to make the sacrifice play outside of
Yeah, he's willing.
Right,
He's willing to do whatever.
Oh
it
my
takes for
God.
him.
Yeah.
And he was happy.
Y'all
He
are-
says he was happy.
Y'all are nuts.
Yeah.
All right, I've got my wide receiver 2 slot still open, and sometimes the ball's a little too high up.
Mhm.
You need to go up into the sky. I'm gonna take Elijah.
Chariot of Fire. All right.
Yeah.
I like it.
And that's his nickname, Chariot of Fire.
That is a great
That man is
name.
flying.
Keep an eye on his mental health and
Yeah. Make sure he talks to the sports therapist.
Yeah, that's
Right,
right.
right.
We'll keep an eye on him.
I'm gonna go John the Baptist
Okay.
Okay.
To the beat.
because he gives me like. He just gives me vibes of tight end.
It's
Oh,
just
yeah.
tight end vibes.
Yeah.
Look, think of what he's wearing.
How?
He's so uncomfortable.
But he's eating like
He's fine.
he's eating very little food. He's
Sure,
gonna
yeah.
get
No,
he's
but
gonna
he
get crushed.
literally
Strong
lives on like
calories.
locust and honey, and I
Right.
feel like that's very
You
like.
think that's
Tom
enough
Brady.
protein?
That's a
Tom
high
Brady's,
protein
like,
diet.
vegan.
Yeah, that's a lot of locusts.
That's
the
a lot
thing.
of locusts.
He's uncomfortable all the time, and he's fine with it. That's
Yeah.
a perfect.
Hey, protein per pound.
That's
with
right.
the locust,
Protein per
right?
pound.
I mean, it's a good diet.
That's funny.
Okay, and then I feel like Ruth is a great bench for Deborah in case she gets hurt, so I'm gonna go that way. She's quite the strategist.
Okay. And with that in mind, I did pick Samuel as my QB. He's up there in age. He's a little bit older. I'm gonna pick the young rookie. I'm gonna pick Timothy.
Backup.
That's
There
my
you go.
backup
That's
QB.
good. That's
Good
good.
call.
Smart.
Good call.
All right, this is tough. It might hurt the team chemistry.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna go with Paul the Apostle
Okay.
as my kicker, because he liked kicking people out.
That's true.
He liked he kicked Mark out for a minute.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Him and Barnabas got into it. He kicked him off the boat.
Uh-huh.
He even kind of kicked Peter a little bit.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the fact that Mark and Paul are on the same team, I hope this is like post makeup when he likes Mark again and he's gonna send him to visit me and encourage me. But obviously there can be some team dynamics, but also he's the kicker. Like, he's
Yeah,
the
he
first.
keeps the
he's
team on track.
he's the first to get cut.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, not because he's Paul, but because he's the kicker.
Yeah.
You know, it's just not that important.
Yeah. It's later in their careers.
I don't know. There were so many games won this season by a kick.
That's
That's why I picked Mary.
Smart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Smart.
Okay.
You could go with your second brother of Thunder.
I could. I'm gonna go with Miriam. Miriam's
Ooh.
so underrated.
Mm-hmm. Good
I feel like she's smarter than both of her brothers,
Mhm.
but doesn't get the credit. And I just got angry recently reading about how when Miriam dies, they don't mourn, but when Aaron and Moses die, they make a big old show.
Wow.
Like, Miriam deserved better. She's got wisdom.
You know, you just made up for it right now because both Moses and Aaron have not been picked.
Alright, I'm gonna pick a very specific. If you watch football, you know that your whole team can be derailed by a major injury. You know who's gonna build back the team afterward? Nehemiah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, there you
That's
go.
Good.
Yep,
That's
you
good.
Smart.
He's a rebuilder.
He's a rebuilder.
Becca, how many slots do you have left?
3.
3. Okay.
That's it. You're up.
My turn? Okay.
Yes, two. Or
Alright,
two.
I'll take Rahab.
I was hoping she would come back to me.
Because she's awesome and she's bad. And she kicks ass. So, sorry.
Because she's awesome. Fast forward.
I'm picking Rahab because she's awesome. I'll put her on my bench. I don't know where I want her right
On
now.
the bench.
And then also I'm gonna take Judas because
Oh.
I feel like just like Antonio Brown, crazy is pretty cool every once in a while.
Pretty cool. You're gonna go with pretty cool.
In terms of football,
Antonio Brown.
before he lost his marbles,
Yeah,
did some pretty awesome things. You know, clock's right. Even a broken clock is right twice a day.
it's true.
That's the vibe I'm going with. So
Sure.
I've got my flex and I've got my bench left. I've got one bench left. And I think for my flex, I'm going to go with Barnabas. I think if you're going to kind of flex between a bunch of different positions, you got to be able to take a little bit from some of the guys who like, maybe you're taking their spot. You got to be willing to stick with it.
Yeah.
Stick with it.
Tough. You know what? I'm going to go with Ezra. And the reason I like Ezra is I don't know about his athletic prowess, but he knows the playbook better than anybody.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah,
That's
so
fair.
you got that mature, wise veteran who knows the playbook and help everybody out. That's my pick there.
Very nice.
Smart.
So I believe we're coming up on the final picks for everyone. So let's just check in with who we have left. We have some of the Genesis crew not getting a lot of love. The Genesis and Exodus, actually. And then we have a lot of prophets still left on the board. Interesting that the prophets are not liked in the Bible and also not liked on the
I have
Bibles.
quite
I want to hang out with him. I just don't. I
However,
don't see the athletic prowess.
there's only one judge who's left on
Yeah.
on the pick. The judges went pretty well.
Judges are crazy.
And then we have over half of our followers of Jesus still left.
Pacifist, man.
Yeah.
That's true. Maybe
Little cracks
great
themselves.
people, great to have, as a part of your management, maybe, but maybe not football players. So that takes us into our final 3 picks.
Yeah.
This will solidify your teams. Eric, who's your final choice?
Well, I'm grateful there's still one judge left on the table, so I'm gonna take Gideon because it's he's an enforcer, right? I mean, anybody who can survive that whole period at all, let alone win some battles, is gonna have some toughness, mentally and physical. So.
All right, for my last pick, I'm gonna pick what we call a glue guy. Maybe like a little bit of a locker room presence, a little player coach attitude. I'm gonna pick Nathan.
That's
Okay.
a great pick.
You gotta be the heart and soul of the team.
Mm-hmm.
Pick up some guys when they're down. We're going Nathan.
Good.
For my final pick, I'm picking Job.
Mm.
One, because it's one of my favorite stories in the Bible, but also number 2, because I feel like Job knows his theology. He knows who God is. He's precise, and you need a kicker that is precise and does well under pressure.
Yeah. He's consistent.
Yep.
He take a beating.
Yep. So there it is.
There you go.
Good choice.
Yeah.
Well done.
Very nice. Well, we'll go ahead and put all the final rosters on the screen. Let us know in the comments, who do you think wins in this 2026 NIV draft, and what would you change for your team?